10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, under here, roll under the bed.
Slide over here, slide over here, you drop on the shots like this, you go here, here, here,
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up, then fry him.
Floyd Mayweather is said to have joined Gervonta Davis for a focused training session as they gear up for the much-awaited fight against Jake Paul. Putting aside their past differences, the former champion appears determined to support Tank and get him ready for the big stage.
And the real ones that know that this is no easy fight. He's very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far.
I just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for that, like, you know, like I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out getting my butt kicked.
Many fans think Mayweather's advice adds crucial experience, especially when facing an unpredictable fighter like Jake Paul. Their training together has created a lot of buzz and curiosity, hinting that this fight is more serious than many initially expected.
Things right now, they want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, 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 grab.
Gervonta Davis has earned a reputation for pushing himself to the limit every time he steps into training camp. His prep for this fight is no exception, with footage and insider reports showing him focusing on speed, accuracy, and explosive power. Coaches note that he's sharper than ever, moving quickly while keeping full control of his punches. His footwork drills have become faster, allowing him to move around the ring with ease. Knowing the challenge this fight presents, Tank is working to eliminate any mistakes. From angles and reactions to defensive moves, his intensity shows how seriously he takes Jake Paul. His mindset remains clear: stay ready, stay hungry, and stay dangerous. Leonard Ellerbe has voiced strong confidence in Tank's star power, noting that few fighters today can entertain like him. Fans buy tickets and tune in not just to see a win, but to witness the excitement he brings. Ellerbe emphasizes that spectators aren't looking for a simple sparring session. They want suspense, risk, and the dramatic finishes Tank delivers. His knockouts go beyond the physical. They become moments that live on in highlight reels and online debates. Tank knows how to balance showmanship with responsibility, giving fans the excitement they expect. This fight with Jake Paul, despite the controversy, is another chance for Tank to show why he's one of the most thrilling fighters of his time.
Now they want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, 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 grab, jab, grab. Again, that's why Tank Davis is the most exciting fighter in the entire world, because he gives the fans exactly what they want.
And speaking of familiarity, you mentioned that earlier. This is somewhat of a familiar foe in Oscar De La Hoya via Ryan Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis. There's some old connotations there. How much is Mayweather Promotions and PBC looking to deal a blow to the Golden Boy brand by knocking out their stalwart in Ryan Garcia?
Oh, that's happening. That's happening. And then again, it's always good. You know, it's great. It'll be great for Tank.
Paulie Malignaggi argues that boxing needs to protect its core values. In his view, the fight between Tank Davis and Jake Paul feels more like a spectacle than a true sporting contest. He worries that a sport built on decades of skill and fair competition is moving toward a flashy, entertainment-driven arena where fame can outweigh talent. Malignaggi feels that when victories aren't earned against genuine opponents, the impact of a knockout loses meaning. Casual fans may cheer, but dedicated boxing enthusiasts are left disappointed, fearing the sport's integrity is slipping. Speaking with Chris Algieri, he emphasized that mismatches damage boxing's reputation and called for a renewed focus on high-level, competitive matchups.
Dude, Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist,
champions.
If he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know? The way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was, to a degree, manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time he fought.
Teddy Atlas will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of Witherspoon.
We're afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone. There was nobody there in that era that you could say Tyson didn't fight.
Didn't say it was related. It was the same as the Tyson era. Didn't say it at all. I was actually going to say the opposite when you talk about Trent.
Floyd Mayweather's impact on boxing remains unmatched, and the rumors surrounding him show just how influential he still is. Analysts believe his interest in facing Tyson is a sign that he isn't ready to step out of the spotlight. Even in retirement, Mayweather thrives on attention and competition, always planning his next move to stay relevant. It's no longer just about money, it's about controlling his legacy. Headlines involving Tank and Jake seem to have reignited that familiar fire in Floyd, proving he still has star power. Whether a fight with Tyson actually happens or not, one thing is certain. Floyd always wants the spotlight on him.
Many people that are known where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. And so there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about
Eddie Hearn believes that while entertainment has a place in boxing, it shouldn't dictate matchmaking. He warns that if social media fame decides who gets top fights, the sport could lose credibility. For him, the Tank vs. Jake matchup is a crossover event, entertaining for fans and profitable for networks, but questionable for boxing standards. Hearn emphasizes that true competition must stay the focus. If hype rather than rankings drives fights, future fans might see celebrity matchups as equivalent to championship-level boxing. His point is clear: boxing must stay true to the sport, not become a show fueled only by viral trends.
A global business with investment and potential floats, and it's been a great challenge.
Away from that, obviously the DAZN deal is up next year. Are those talks underway to extend, or are you looking elsewhere? What can you tell me?
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, we're very happy with DAZN. You know, I think what they've enabled us to do is to really have the global ambition and global strategy that I wanted, and that was really a big part of my mindset moving forward in boxing. We know there's a lot of other platforms out there that, you know, might have had broadcast deals end, that would be looking to replace those people, and you know, we are very well respected in the space. I don't think it would be difficult for us to walk into another broadcast deal, but we're very happy with DAZN as partners, and as I said, the strategic element of that. I mean, when we talk about, you know, the power list and stuff like that, we have international deals with DAZN in multiple markets, and obviously particularly the US market, which makes us unique as a business. And I actually believe that DAZN are in a fantastic place, particularly in the US market right now. And yeah, we are in deep talks to extend that relationship, and we're very happy with our broadcast partner.
Eddie, just whilst I've got you, obviously just a few things I'd like an update on. We last time we spoke, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul seemed to be the front runner for you guys. Now we're getting Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about why Jake and Anthony has maybe been put to the side for now?
Yeah, they always told us that it was, you know, we were looking at that fight for February of next year, and they always said that there was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis 6 months ago or something? I know that I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then, but I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept, and that's what that is. It's a freak show, it's entertainment, it's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, you know, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round? I don't know what it is, but, you know, I understand the market, and I understand this freak show shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business. However you want to be involved with it is another kettle of fish. I don't want to be involved with it, but I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
In the meantime, then, Eddie, where does that leave you with Anthony Joshua? Are you exploring other options for the end of this year, or are you still looking at that fight for the beginning?
Yeah, no, we're not interested in the Jake Paul fight right now after that. I mean, like...
The Weight Concept host explains the strategy behind Jake Paul's moves. Jake isn't just fighting in the ring. He's a strategist who knows how to pull big names into the business side of boxing. By showing off luxury and promising massive paydays, he turns criticism into opportunities. For Tank, who thrives on proving doubters wrong, Jake's taunts and bold claims became irresistible bait. Jake's approach works. He turns negativity into profitable deals. Each viral moment adds momentum, establishing him as a disruptor who can attract top fighters. In his game, the mental strategy matters as much as the fight itself.
But also, and again, Jake's only been boxing for 5, 6, 7 years now. It isn't necessarily far-fetched to try to have his own advantages when trying to fight other boxers that have been far more experienced than him. But this one's a little too much, right? This one is crazy because of the massive weight difference. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But again, as far as a sport fight is concerned, I want to make sure I make that clear. Again, this is not me hating on it, because I do think that both guys have been very upfront with what they're doing in this fight and what their goals are with these kind of events. But the narrative Jake's trying to create is if this is like proving anything for him fighting a real fighter when Gervonta is so much smaller than he is. It'll prove something in the fact that Jake is willing to put on great events, but it won't prove anything to the people that are asking him to fight a real fighter. I will say though, if Jake goes out and flatlines Gervonta, the casual audience that will say Gervonta smokes Jake completely and utterly, like it wouldn't even be close, that will change their minds a little bit. Not the people that know boxing, but the people that are going to watch this, the casual viewer that know the name Gervonta Davis and know the name Jake Paul. If he is to compete with Gervonta at all or look good in that fight, people will in some way accept that. Or they'll do the other thing where they just say the fight's rigged, which has never been the case, but you get what I'm saying. What Jake is doing is trying to convince a casual audience that he belongs in the ring with bigger names. If he's able to hurt Gervonta at all, that might actually do it.
The undefeated lightweight champion of the world,
with a record of 30-0, 28 knockouts.
And this one is over.
The brick
He's been
hand.
boxing since he was 5 years old and turned pro when he was 18.
Showbiz argues that calling Tank's decision purely about money misses the point. While the payouts are huge, Tank is also protecting his pride and legacy. A knockout bonus adds extra intensity because it ensures one thing: he won't hold back. For a fighter of his skill, knowing that stopping his opponent comes with a big reward immediately raises the stakes. Every punch becomes a statement and every round a hunt. Rather than just taking a paycheck, Tank aims to finish Jake decisively, giving fans a clear and unforgettable outcome. Losing isn't an option when pride, reputation, and highlight-worthy moments are at stake.
Guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're gonna get a big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million.
Let's make it 2.
Y'all gonna shake on it?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
Shake $1 million.
2 mil? 2 mil?
2 mil. Let's do
2
it.
mil. Go get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking lefty.
2 mil.
There we go.
Oh my fuck.
Why not get the entire...
Analysts see a tough challenge ahead for Jake Paul. Tank has developed an almost instinctive feel in the ring, reading reactions, predicting mistakes, and striking openings with alarming speed. Jake may have power, but landing a significant hit against someone with Tank's reflexes is unlike anything he's faced before. Experts warn that once Tank closes in and finds his timing, Jake will experience a level of precision and force that sparring can't replicate. Jake's confidence is high, but Tank's experience changes the game. One perfectly timed punch could end the fight instantly, showing the clear gap between influencer boxing and true elite-level skill.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Chilaquiles. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14th down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis, and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. You Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely voided. He already don't care about legacy, and just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all gonna say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Jake Paul too big. No, Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I'll say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
That's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level, and it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilaquiles.
Bernie Thaw doesn't hold back when talking about this fight. He scoffs at fans who focus on Tank just earning another big paycheck, saying they're missing what really matters. Gervonta Davis is already a multimillionaire, so the money isn't the story. Fans want a true competitive challenge that keeps them on the edge of their seats. Bernie argues that boxing thrives on drama, intense exchanges, and fights where either fighter could win. People come for legendary moments, not financial updates. For him, the sport should always put thrilling battles above bank accounts.
I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. Starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, I mean, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? I mean, don't you think that people would want to see, you know, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, you know, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No, I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people like to see finished business. You know, they don't want to leave it unfinished, and that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking fight. You know, everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money?
Alright, everyone, stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Boxing Glory and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time, take care and peace.